Okay, here's part 2 of the 7-4 trig video. It says, find the measurement of angle A in right triangle ABC, and then they give you some coordinates for A, B, and C, given that angle C is the right angle. Okay, so we're supposed to find the measure of angle A. Let's just start by plotting these points. 1, 2, that's right here. That's A. B is at 6, 2. And C is at 5, 4. Okay, and they tell us that that's a right angle. And so we want the measure of angle A. No big deal. Let's see if we could find all these side distances first. This one should be pretty easy, right? We're just going to go count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's just 5. These ones not as easy. I'm going to make a little right triangle. That's 1 by 2. So I'm going to draw it off here on the side so we don't get confused. If I had 1 by 2, well, I could figure out what this is because I can use Pythagorean theorem, which would just be 1 squared plus 2 squared equals whatever this side is. Let's call it side A because it's going to be side A in this triangle. So that would equal A squared. 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4. So A squared equals 5, which means that this just equals the square root of 5. So this distance here is square root 5. We'll do the same thing here. We're going to call it side B because it's side B here, but I'm going to make a little triangle off to the side. It's 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this was B, I could say that 2 squared plus 4 squared equals B squared. 2 squared is 4 plus 16 equals B squared. So together that's 20. I'm going to take the square root, so I see right away that this is just the square root of 20. All right, I have all the sides. Now the question is, can I get the angle? Well, I could pick any combination of these that I want. I'm going to pick this side and this side. So that is from opposite. Remember, I'm trying to find angle A. That is the opposite and the hypotenuse. So I have the opposite and the hypotenuse. So which one of my functions uses the opposite and the hypotenuse? So I'll just think about it, good old Chief SOHCAHTOA. And I see an O and an H right here in sine. So I know I'm going to use sine. So I know that I'm going to say the sine of angle A equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Well, the opposite is rad 5. And the hypotenuse is just 5. So here's the part where I was telling you guys, remember we have to take the inverse sine of both sides. And if we take the inverse sine of both sides, that's how we get the A all by itself. Because remember, this A is like inside the sine function. It's not sine times A, it's like inside the sine function. So we take the inverse of both sides and we end up with A equals the inverse, or the arc sine, of rad 5 over 5. From here, it's a calculator question, so I'll let you guys go ahead and do that in your calculator. Maybe you want to pause and see if you can get the same thing that I did on the calculator. Make sure you're using the arc sine button, okay? Go ahead and pause the video and I'll put the answer up in just a sec. And when I did this in my calculator, I got that A is about 26.57 degrees. All right. So I want you to describe for me what the trig functions do. What exactly does this do? I said it earlier in the video, and how can you use them to find missing angles and sides of triangles? So good luck. See you guys in class.